today.
All right.
If you're ready to get going, we'll get started.
Absolutely.
Great. Thanks everyone for joining us today for the Super Bowl 55 media availability with Damien Wilson, Kansas City Chiefs linebacker. He'll be with us for 25 to 30 minutes answering questions for you guys. So if we're all ready to get started, we'll get going. You can signify a question by clicking the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen. So I'll give everyone a second to signal for a question. All right, and our first question will go to Hobie Artigue.
Hi, Damien. I'm with the Fox station in Minneapolis. How you doing today?
What's going on, man?
Not too much. Gotta ask you. Of course, you're playing in your second straight Super Bowl as a Gophers alum, but you see on the other sideline there are two rookies that were wearing the maroon and gold last season. What does it say about the development of that program, knowing that you guys have three guys playing in the biggest game in the NFL?
I mean, last year was really big for that whole Minnesota Gopher program. They put out a couple guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 6. But it definitely shows that we in the right direction. We on the up and up.
And we'll go next to Zenny Abraham.
Thank you very much. How are you doing?
Just fine, man.
You faced the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers offense earlier in the season. Have you noticed any difference in play set or plays that might concern you going into this Super Bowl game that you didn't see before?
I mean, what week was that when we faced them? Like week 12, 13, something like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is we didn't play a lot of games since then, and I would expect them to have something completely different from what we saw when we faced them last, because they've had 2 weeks to get ready for us. We had 2 weeks to get ready for them. So you never know what we're going to see, man. They got a lot of weapons over there, so we just have to prepare the best way that we can to shut down anything that they might do.
We'll go back to Hobie Artigue.
Damien, after you guys win the Super Bowl last year, what has this season been like with the stretch that you guys have been on and having so much success this season? What's it been like managing everything now, going for 2 straight?
It's been a season of great sacrifice. Obviously, COVID has limited us a great deal. I mean, you can't do the things that you would normally do, the small things that you take for granted in day-to-day life. Just staying eligible to play the game with all the contact tracing and COVID tests it means that you have to really limit some of your normal day-to-day activities, whether it be like going to the grocery store or going to some kind of function. You just gotta be very, very mindful of what's going on around you, so you'll be able to actually play on Sunday.
We'll go next to Joey Redman from GSU TV.
Hey, Damien, thanks, man. Just wondering, since you've had the opportunity to play against Tom Brady in both regular season games and huge postseason games, what's the difference that you see in going against him on film and in scheme in the regular season versus in the postseason?
I don't think I ever faced him in the postseason. I think this would be a first. Actually.
We'll go next to Raphael Haynes from the 3-point conversion.
Hey, Damien, Raphael from the 3-point conversion. Last year, I talked to you at the Super Bowl, actually, and you were telling me how you were excited about going in playing. Now that this is your second Super Bowl, how have you approached this year coming into the Super Bowl, even with media week, knowing it's differently and everything, but just this whole process leading up to the Super Bowl, how have you approached that?
Really no different than I would have any other game, man. I always go out there and look to win, but we've had 2 weeks to prepare. That's the only real difference. Like I've been able to get into the film room, watch more film, and really get my body back right to peak condition. So on Sunday, I can really go let it loose.
Next, we'll go to Haley Lewis with KSHB TV.
Hey, Dame. First off, just how are you feeling? And then, you know, when the linebackers were running pretty thin this season, you weren't able to be there on the field. How did you guys as a group, as a room, kind of collectively keep everything together? And now that you guys are back and healthy?
I mean, most of the time our coach, he coach us to play at least 2 positions. Some guys, they can do all 3, Mike, Sam, and Will. And then sub packages, they can do both the Will and the Mike. So when one guy goes down, we can reconfigure our whole linebacking core and get everybody in the spot that fits them best, just for the simple fact that we can do so many things. It's always next man up. I mean, we all trust each other to go out there and know the game plan and know what to do and to make the plays in big moments.
We'll go next to Silas Stage from Ment TV.
Hi, Damien. Appreciate the time. I want to go back to week 5 where you lost to the Raiders. Your only kind of regular season loss, if you take the Chargers away. It came as a shock to the football world. Did it come to a shock as a shock to you as well? And did it kind of work as a kind of a wake up call?
I don't know if it was a shock. I mean, shit, somebody got to lose the game, and on that day they just out executed us. But as a wake up call, definitely so, because like I said, we got a team full of winners over here, man, and we really, really hate to lose. So we kind of grinded down on the screws a little bit more from that point on, and really, really got after it after that.
We'll go next to Michael Grimm.
Damien, not to get too hyper local here with Minnesota, but there's a lot of guys off that 2014 Gopher team playing in the league now. How often do you stay in touch with them? And now that you've made the big game again, have you been hearing from some of them, wishing you good luck? And obviously I know David's your cousin, so I'm sure that you're hearing from him some, but how about some of the other guys too?
As far as Gopher in the league, I've really heard from every single last one of them. Blake, Carter Coughlin, the Devondre Kemp, all of them. You know, we're a tight knit group, man, tight knit little family. So I always have those guys in my corner, no matter what I'm doing.
Next, we'll go to Matt McMullen from Chiefs.com.
Hey, Damien. Quick off-the-field question for you here. It's Black History Month. I'm just curious what this month means to you.
Oh man, it's a good question. It means a lot. I mean, this is the month that we as African Americans get to pay homage to the people that actually came before us, that the people that have allowed me to do what I do, and not have to, shower in a whole different shower, and not have to ride on a whole different bus. I mean, it's a wonderful month for me, and it means a lot to just say thank you to all the people that came before me.
We'll go next to Josh Padilla from Middle Tennessee State University.
Hey, Damien, I was just wanting to ask, how has Darius grown since his rookie year to now?
Darius, that's my Mississippi boy, man. Smart as a whip. He's always been that way. Even last year, I remember last year he just used to sit in the back of the meeting room, and nobody thought he was paying attention. But you ask him any question, he can recall it like that for you. But this year he got in the game. He played a little bit for us, and he played well. So no one was surprised, because he's been mentally involved since last year. I mean, he just had to get over his injury, but that was on the physical side, and then now it's all coming together for him, and I'm really happy for him.
We'll go next to Joe Ellis from Sideline Sports.
How you doing?
What's going
So,
on?
What's the key for you guys in stopping the dual running threat with the Tampa Bay offense and keeping them off the field?
Man, they got two really, really, really good backs, man. I mean, obviously we all know about Fournette, but 27, he's a monster in his own right. He's a little more shifted, a little more faster. But we got to keep those guys bottled up, man. It's gonna come down to tackling, because if you look at it, both of them are extremely elusive. It's Fournette, he's a bigger guy, but he makes people miss all the time when you watch the film. So I think it's just gonna come down to tackling.
We'll go next to Damien O'Donnell.
Nice name.
First off, I gotta say I love your name. What's the biggest difference between preparing to face Josh Allen versus preparing to face Tom Brady?
I would say it's their mobility. Line one, when you look at the two quarterbacks, it's their mobility. Josh Allen, he likes to escape the pocket and make stuff happen, like freelance a little bit. But Tom, obviously he's 42, I think, 40 years old. He's not going nowhere. He wants to operate from the pocket, from the control center.
We'll go back to Silas Stage with Net TV3.
I spoke with Frank Clark the other day about what it would mean to win the Super Bowl twice in a row and run it back as the motto said back in September. What would it mean to you to do it twice?
Oh man, that'd be a little piece of history. That'd be great, man. We can run it back. I mean, that's what we playing for, man. I mean, we ain't out here to lose. That'll send us up to a great offseason. It would mean so much, man. Just to gap 2 rings. How many people can say that they done that?
We'll go next to Christopher Holmes from NFL Chile.
Hi, Damien. How are you doing?
What's going on, man?
Following up the question with the running backs, how hard it is to gain the edge, considering they have at least 2 very good tight ends but also keep the discipline to avoid getting beaten if they get open in the open field?
It's extremely different. Like I said earlier, man, they got a lot of weapons, and all those guys on the other side of the ball is really, really good. I mean, you go down the list, and it's really hard to really pinpoint on what we're gonna have to try and take away from these guys, because they got an awesome run game, and obviously with Tom Brady, the passing game and all the receivers and tight ends they have, is hard in the passing game too. But I think we got a pretty good game plan. And we'll just have to come down to execution.
We'll go next to Michael Grimm.
Damien, do you take a minute or two at some point to just think about this football journey you've been on from Mississippi up through junior college to the Big Ten, Cowboys, now the Chiefs, and maybe back-to-back Super Bowl rings here?
Oh man, I think about that all the time. I mean, that's a big chip on my shoulder. That's what keep me going most days, man. And as far as back-to-back Super Bowls, that opportunity, I think if I extremely blessed I am to be in this position, because like I said, not many people even get one, let alone 2. So that's big.
We'll go next to Kayla Santiago.
Hi, Damien. When you come into the league, you get on these big contracts. Can you talk about the smartest investment you've ever made with the money that you're able to make?
Well, a lot of people do a lot of different things with their money, and that's fine with me, because it's their money. But the smartest investment that I have ever made with mine to this date would have to be me and a couple of other guys. We got together in a mutual fund, and we built Amazon warehouse. It's actually in Tampa Bay, actually right near the airport. We built a Amazon warehouse, and it's had very impressive profits from that. So that was have to be the smartest thing I've done with mine to this date.
And we'll go next to Hobie Artigue.
But unmute button, man, that's a different beast. This year you touched on it already that you guys it's going to be a different year just with COVID and everything. But how different is it going to be, knowing that you're not in Tampa right now, not preparing to play where you're going to be playing on Sunday, and just get on the plane and then just get there like it's a normal NFL Sunday?
I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty normal, man. I mean, this is what we've been doing all year. It's what we used to. It's just another away game, pretty much.
We'll go next to Patrick Yen from Back Sports Page.
A lot's been made about this game between the comparisons between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and kind of the GOAT status. Do you have any opinions on how they compare?
Well, obviously, I'm very, very biased. Given the two, I'll take Pat all day.
Your Galaxy Buds Pro are
And we'll go next to Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Damien, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So this weekend you got a tough matchup. You have to play against Rob Gronkowski, and he is one of the most physical tight ends in a very long time. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. How do you prepare to play against him and try and slow him down? Because even though he took some time off, he's still big, he's still strong, and he's hard to stop for sure.
Yeah, he is all those things, but in the passing game, I think we need to just win our leverage as linebackers. I mean, if we counted on help over the top or inside, we win our leverage to the outside. If we count on leverage to the inside, we just win our leverage to the inside. I mean, it's simple as that. But the thing about Rob Gronkowski that he really improved on, I don't know how he did it by taking so much time off, but he's so much a better blocker now. Like he really gets after people at the point of attack on run plays, and that's a big plus that he's added to his game this year, and it shows.
We'll go back next to Michael Grimm.
Damien, with the limited fans allowed, are you able to have any family or friends come watch in person? And secondly, will there be a party back in Mississippi, a watch party, probably all over your hometown?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Me and Lil Mooney, we're gonna have a big party, a big watch party.
We'll go next to Spencer Sandman from The Last Resort.
Damien, hey, how's it going?
That's fine.
I just wanted to know, obviously you guys get a first row seat to the Patrick Mahomes show on defense. How energized are you guys after, you see these dazzling plays from him, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, to get on the field and just make a play to get the offense back on the field?
Man, that's our number one goal. That's line number one. Get the ball in the hands of that powerful offense as much as we can and let them do what they do. Sometimes they score even faster than what you want them to score, man. And we just like, dang, we got to go back out here. If we just came to the sideline, I mean, it's crazy sometimes of what they can do when they clicking.
Just want to let everyone know that Damien will be taking questions for about 5 more minutes. Again, if you want to signal for a question, please click that raise hand button at the bottom of your screen. We will go back to Michael Grimm for another question.
All right.
I figured as long as you're waiting here, I might as well ask a real local question on Minnesota. What are maybe some of your best memories as you came through the program in Minnesota?
Top memory will probably have to be the first time that it snowed, maybe. Being from Mississippi, we never saw snow until I went up to Minnesota, man. But football related, I'll probably say it'd have to be probably my junior year when we took every trophy you can think of except for the Axe. I mean, the Governor's Bell, Florida Rosedale, what's the little brown jug, took that one. We took them all except for that elusive Axe. So that would definitely be top 2 right there.
We'll go next to Matt Issa from the Fully Loaded podcast.
Hey man, how can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so obviously the Chiefs' prolific offense has been well documented, and they get most of the credit with the mainstream media. But how does it feel on the defensive side of the ball? Because you guys are still pretty stout. You guys always get stops when you need to. Does it ever bother you guys that you're not as
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We have no problem with doing our job in a quiet manner. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole team will get rings if we win this thing. So we just gonna keep on plugging away and doing what we do quietly, and hopefully it plays off for us.
We have time for one more question. We'll go to John Shearer.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Hello.
It's nice to meet you. So my question is, are you guys treating this as a road game, a neutral site, home game? Because Tampa Bay obviously is at home, and you're not exactly sure what kind of fans are going to show up, whether it be Tampa Bay or not. So what kind of game are you treating this as when it comes to like cadences, calling out, things like that?
I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's in Tampa Bay. It's going to be surrounded by Tampa fans outside. But once you get inside, I know we'll have some fans too. So I really don't know what to expect. I'm just more so focused on like the football part of it.
All right, we will wrap it here. Damien, thank you for your time. Thanks everyone for joining us today and participating. Hope to see you back in some of these Zoom sessions throughout the week. And Damien, best of luck this week.
All right. Thank you, everyone.